So far I've stitched this. What I did is from bottom I measured 5 inch. I made a small mark and I just did this stitch here to this side and this stitch to this side. Originally I was planning to do a 1/2 centimeter fold and the full 1 inch. Then I decided to just do 1/8 and then one, well, not 1/8, sorry, 3/4 inch inside and another fold. So when we measured 1.5 inch for the button strip, I just folded all in, like doubled it exactly. Doesn't matter, you can do either, okay? So anyway, I measured 5 inch to mark and then just stitch here about 7 inch and I stitched this one about 7 inch and or all the way up. You can go this one all the way up and then I came here at 5 inch and I put this part on this part exactly, overlapped it, and then I stitch it right at the edge until the top. Of course, when you iron it, this all will become wet. And then what I did, I stitched from this side, the front to the back, and the other side too, the front to the back. What we took 1/2 inch seam allowance from both sides, so that went in. If your back is a little bit 1/2 inch or 1 inch extra than the front, if you got off with measurements or something, that's fine. That's okay. If you have a little bit extra space in the back, that's actually always good. So now what I'm gonna do is, I have the measurement for the elastic. I can put the elastic. Maybe I'll make a video of that part, and also I'm gonna make a video of how to fold this gently, right? Like this. Small fold because of the curve. I'm gonna make a small fold. And basically you're done. Oh yeah, of course. Then you have to put just buttons, fake button, like button on, but of course you can't open it, right? You can have it an open one. Doesn't matter. When I was stitching, there was a little overlap from the sides. This is the back, this is the front. A little bit off. That's okay. You can just fix it right now, but make sure you do this. Same has to be done the other side. Again, there's a little overlap here. So put them on top of each other and trim them off exactly the same. Okay? So I'm doing it very, very small, thin, like 1/4 of an inch fold and then double it. And I'm going 1 inch at a time. So usually if I'm straight, I'll just do it from here and fold it. But because this is a curve, I'm just gonna do it very small. I want to encourage my friends who wants to really take out the machine. They have a machine, they have thread. If you want to practice seriously, just take bed sheets, older bed sheets, cut them, try practicing on them. Please take out. You ain't got wrong. I mean, it's all fabric, it's all bed sheet. Even if it goes wrong, no problem. But don't throw it out. Iron it, wear it, use it at home until you realize, until you practice enough, make the same thing many times until you get it good enough. Then if you make too many of them and they look good, you can start giving them friends. But once you master one thing, one basic project like this, very simple project, once you master it, then move to the next one, and that will make you comfortable with using the machine. It's really about holding your fabric from the right spot and not letting your finger go in the needle. That's all it is. I mean, if my 8-9-year-old daughter, well, when she was 8-9, I started her on the machine. She can do it. I think anybody can. It's just the voice of the machine makes you more scared than anything. So like you see, it's very well. Once you iron it, it comes out very nicely. And I just want to show you when I get to the front and back seam. See here? It's a little bit tricky, but just take it slow. 1/2 inch at a time. If there's a little bit curved at the back, not the front, it's fine. As long you can dot lightly, pull this lightly. Now, as far as fabric is concerned, I use cotton. I couldn't find 100% cotton. I found broadcloth, which is usually a cotton blend, which is cotton mix, maybe like 30% polyester, 70% cotton. When the client asked me, my friend's daughter, my friend told me, no, it's not cotton. She already has a ready-made one. It's not cotton, but because of COVID and we're not meeting, she couldn't show me what fabric, and she couldn't go to Fabricland to understand what to buy. I bought a broadcloth, which is again 70-30 mix. I also got another fabric. I thought I'll just make two just in case. This is more polyester / cotton, so it's more polyester, less cotton. I would say more like a Rioni polyester. Very nice. This has a nice flow to it. So I'm making two for her just to see what she likes. She can of course keep both, but I think both has a different feel. She wants to wear it under her hospital uniform, and I think those hospital uniforms are more cotton or broadclothy material, so it'll mix that well. But if she wants to wear it with more formal attire outside, then the other fabric will look very nice. I actually like the other fabric very much, and I'm gonna, when the store's open, I'm gonna go buy some for my daughter or myself in different colors. Anyway, so now we reach where the seam is. So you open the seam, tuck it under with the first fold, and just fold it. Come gently here, then just turn the needle a bit. That's it, like nothing to it. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off. I'll come back with the elastic part. So I just want to show, when you're finishing the ending, this side you were coming to end, make sure you match it to the second one, so it should have the same, it should sort of sit nicely same. So say if this is a little bit too much, I fold it a little bit extra, and it's okay, it's forgiving, it's fine. Now as far as the elastic, I got confused a little bit before, but if your waist, I have the wet measurement for the waist is 29. I'm gonna cut the elastic at 28, and I'm gonna overlap it. So that's another inch, an inch. And the reason I'm overlapping an inch, in case it's too tight and she comes back to me, I have inside already. I can open and fix that, right? So this way, the total waist will become, and I wanna show you, I don't know if you can see, I have a inch tape measurement sitting here. So this is 13 times 2 is 26. So if she's 29, it's just snug. So maybe it's a bit too snug. So I'm going to come back at lessen that a little bit more, that much, right? Because it has to be snug. Otherwise, there's no point if the elastic doesn't sit there. So you just go back couple times, not a biggie, just make a loop. Okay. In case you're wondering, these are really good for snapping like fast small cuts instead of holding the scissors and that. It's just easier. Every sewer has this. So now you have an hairband kind of loop. What you're gonna do is just come. This is the wrong side. We already ironed, sorry. Okay, we already, this shows that threads comes out, which means whenever you have a mixed fabric, it's not pure cotton, you will have to get, say where the seam allowance is, you will have to do either serge it or overlock it or do just another based stitch called an extra stitch beside it, or even zigzag it so the thread doesn't come out. When they come out too much from places, especially armholes and things like that, or the shoulders, eventually the fabric tugs in and breaks. If the thread comes out a lot, it breaks from where your stitch is. And that's where especially those places where it's a lot of pulling and stuff, you do want to double it. But even if not, I will just double it because this is, again, it's order, so I'll do it. The other thing is, one of my fabric pieces have that side from when you get the fabric, you have that raw side. I made sure it doesn't come in here. It shows from the front. So I make sure I stitch after those dots, okay? Anyway, so I'm going to start anywhere, doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is open this, bring it inside my skirt, put it here, not where the iron is, just a little bit lower, you'll know why, and then fold it at the iron spot and then bring it down. So what happens here, I don't know if you can see, the elastic ends here, and there's this extra fabric here. This is where you're going to stitch. So we're going to say Bismillah. I'm going to start stitching here, just at 3. All of the stitching I did for this skirt, I did it at the 3 stitch size, because you really don't need more than that. Okay. So that's all you're going to do, is going to put it under the elastic, leave a little fabric, fold, and from here you can have it all, and just, I hope you can see this. Try to get closer. Okay, just make sure you're not stitching on the elastic. So make sure there's fabric here. So when you start getting less of the elastic, you're going to start finishing the elastic soon, because the elastic is less than the waist of the skirt itself, right? So you're going to get there soon. What you're going to start doing is pull on the elastic. Look at my hand and pull on the elastic. You might want to put the needle in and hold this. Pull on the elastic and pull on the fabric back. So that start getting the effect of the elastic here, and you're just pulling on the elastic, because you want more loose elastic here so you can stitch. Again, I should have overlocked this, but that's okay, I'll do something later. Just gonna open that again. Put the plastic in. It's open. Okay. Second. Pull. Pull. Pull this and pull on the fabric here. Make sure it stays straight. It doesn't fold inside. I'm going to fix that later. I'm going to do a permanent solution for that after we're done with actually tucking the elastic in. I'm constantly trying to remember English words for those sewing